We're here today because we know that white supremacists are organizing online at an international scale.
I interviewed a young woman whom I will call Ella, not her real name. Ella, on her personal time, also attends municipal budget meetings and lots of other public forums in town to state primarily that she believes that her town spends too much money on policing and not enough on infrastructure. 48 hours or less after this one meeting, an article about her taking this position was posted on the Blue Lives Matter national blog, which included her name and photo. Ella described how she was blasted online via Facebook, Twitter, and Yelp, was receiving death threats online and by phone against herself and her 2 children, people banging on her family's and her mother's homes, doors and windows at all hours of the night.
The Christchurch mosque attacks were sort of a very harsh reminder of the realities of anti-Muslim bigotry and hate violence in general. But in particular, it underscores the connection between on and offline activity that Anna just talked a lot about. So not only have hate groups used social media platforms to actually organize armed demonstrations outside of and rallies outside of mosques, but we've also seen public officials take to platforms that they have and use their accounts to spew hatred and bigotry.
By platforms having loose and often unenforced policies, it gives these groups a veneer of legitimacy that allows them to operate unchecked. They're able to peddle video and audio content on YouTube and SoundCloud, sell paraphernalia and self-published books on Amazon, sell tickets to their events on Eventbrite, harass and seek to intimidate Black thought leaders, disproportionately women, on places like Twitter, and organize violent encounters on Facebook. We collected stories of activists that had white nationalists show up at their homes and workplace, having been doxxed on Reddit and in Facebook groups. Too often, white supremacists and those openly threatening us with hostile, hateful, and violent speech were given a pass, while Black voices speaking out against them were silenced. A number of visible Black activists have been censored, their accounts shut down or suspended.
In 2014, which is when all of this kind of started for us, we were seeing that paramilitary formations were really gathering steam and organizing on social media in order to fill the vacuum of a lack of funded state infrastructure on the ground. And it came with a right-wing ideology, and it came with often a thinly veiled white nationalist ideology. And in response to that, and as well as national mobilizations of paramilitary and so-called patriot movement folks to different parts of Oregon, soon after that, my address went out online with an anti-Semitic narrative. And soon family information was getting out on social media, and they were identifying people in my social media photos, including a former partner who was still closeted at the time.
Now more than ever, we needed to draw a line in the sand for corporations who hold the most power in being able to rein in these threats and deprive it of the digital oxygen it needs to thrive. And so what's great about Change the Terms is that, there's a lot of folks that were involved in the development of it, but it's actually comprised of around 50 civil and human rights organizations, predominantly people of color and or religious minorities, that believe that tech companies need to do more to ensure they're doing their part to help combat hateful content on their platform.
If you want to take action, please visit changetheterms.org. At changetheterms.org, you as an individual can sign a petition to tech companies asking them to adopt these model policies to disrupt hate online, or your organization can sign up to become a member of the Change the Terms coalition.
We need to see systemic change. One policy that seeks to address a concern raised by one advocacy organization 2 years ago isn't going to solve the problem.